Arsenal could sign one of their top targets for just £12 million this summer if a crucial condition is met. Additionally, a Gunners star doesn't rule out a transfer after being spotted at the airport, fueling exit rumors. And to top it off, Arsenal says they may have to sell the Emirates Stadium if they want to sign an incredible player this summer. All this and more you can check out now with the top Arsenal news directly from Emirates Stadium, so make sure to like the video and check your subscription so you don't miss any updates. And without further ado, let's get started. This summer, Arsenal is going to have a lot on their plate when it comes to the transfer window. The Gunners are in desperate need of strengthening across several positions. Mikel Arteta is looking for a new striker and a wide player, and he might also need to bring in a couple of midfielders, especially if Thomas Partey and Jorginho end up making their exit from the club. But that's not all. Arsenal will also be on the hunt for a new goalkeeper, as Neto is set to head back to Bournemouth after his loan spell with us. Andrea Berta has a lot of work ahead of him, but there's now some news that could be a real boost for the incoming Arsenal sporting director. Arsenal can sign Joan Garcia for just £12 million if one thing happens. Joan Garcia is Arsenal's main goalkeeper target right now. The Gunners have had their eyes on the Espanyol shot stopper for over a year. Mikel Arteta and Edu Gaspar made serious attempts to bring him in last summer, but Espanyol turned down all offers for him, meaning the talented keeper stayed put. Fast forward to this season, and Garcia has had an incredible run in Spain. His value has shot up, and you can bet he'll be in high demand again when the summer window opens. Arsenal are expected to make another push for him, and there's a chance the Gunners could land him at a bargain price if a specific scenario unfolds over the next few months. According to Mundo Deportivo, Garcia's £21 million release clause could drop to around £12 million if Espanyol ends up getting relegated from La Liga. Currently, the Spanish club is sitting in 15th place, just 1 point above the relegation zone. If things don't turn around in the next couple of months, they could be in trouble, and that might just open the door for Arsenal to snatch him up at a much lower price. It's pretty clear that Arsenal is on the lookout for a new goalkeeper, and they've already laid the groundwork with Joan Garcia. The Gunners have been keeping an eye on him for quite some time now, and it's easy to see why. Garcia's impressive footwork, combined with his exceptional shot-stopping abilities, make him an excellent choice for the club. Of course, other teams will likely be interested in him as well, but reports coming out of Spain suggest that Arsenal won't have any issues securing his signature, especially since they've been in touch with his agents. The only thing left to figure out is the transfer fee. If Espanyol ends up relegated, Arsenal could snap him up for a steal. However, if they manage to stay up, the Gunners might have to pay a bit more. Either way, it seems like Garcia could be a perfect fit for Arsenal. Arsenal star refuses to rule out transfer meeting after being spotted in airport amid exit links. Arsenal are gearing up for a hectic summer transfer window, with plenty of movement both in and out of the club as they aim to fix the issues from this season. Andrea Berta is set to take over as the club's new sporting director, and he's already begun working alongside Mikel Arteta to make plans for the current squad. While many Arsenal players will be representing their national teams in the coming days, some like Ben White have been left out of the latest call-ups. Jorginho is another notable player not on international duty after being left out of Italy's squad. With his contract running out this summer at the Emirates, the midfielder might be using this time to figure out his future. Jorginho spotted in Rio Airport amid Arsenal exit links. Jorginho's agent has already had talks with Flamengo, and it looks like the Arsenal midfielder has now made his way to Rio himself amid growing links to the Brazilian club. The Gunners star was spotted at the Rio airport where he claimed he's just there on vacation, but didn't rule out the possibility of having transfer talks while he's in town. Arsenal managed to keep hold of Jorginho during the January transfer window, despite interest from both Brazilian and Italian clubs. Now, with his contract situation, the midfielder is free to negotiate with any club he wants, and it seems like Jorginho is using this international break to step away from London and carefully consider his next move in his career. Arsenal should target Bruno Guimaraes to replace Jorginho. Berta's arrival won't have much of an impact on Jorginho's future, and Arsenal will need to be clever in the transfer market when it comes to replacing such an experienced player. One name that could be on Arsenal's radar is Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle, although securing him might prove tough with the Brazilian international recently signing a new contract at St. James's Park. Guimaraes played a key role in helping Newcastle win their first domestic trophy in nearly 70 years, and of course he was part of the team that knocked Arsenal out in the Carabao Cup semi-finals Arsenal's on their way to glory. The midfielder is a beast in tackles, covers ground effortlessly, and brings that signature South American flair when he's on the ball. You can bet Arteta would love to see him in North London. Arsenal told they will have to sell the Emirates Stadium if they want to sign incredible player this summer. Arsenal are expected to spend some big money in the summer transfer window. The Gunners failed to bring anyone in January, and that has had a negative impact on their chances of winning the Premier League title. Reports have claimed that Arsenal will have £300 million to spend in the summer, which should be enough to get most of their targets to the Emirates Stadium, if not all of them. Alan Shearer, however, disagrees. Alan Shearer delivers verdict on Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City signing Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak is a hero to Newcastle United fans right now. The Swede Isak, hailed as incredible by Pep Guardiola, scored what proved to be the winner in the Carabao Cup final against Liverpool at Wembley. That ended Newcastle's long wait for silverware. Arsenal insider exclusively revealed that the cup win will not have any bearing on Isak's future, but if Newcastle qualify for the Champions League, they could hold on to their star man. While speaking about the situation, Shearer has once again claimed that no club will be able to afford Isak this summer. The Newcastle United legend went as far as saying that teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City will have to sell their stadiums in order to have any chance of landing the Swedish striker. Shearer said on the Rest is Football podcast, he's not leaving. There's no bigger club he could go to than Newcastle. Why would he leave Newcastle? Micah Richards said, I heard Man City and Arsenal are after him. And Liverpool, Gary Lineker added. Shearer replied, they couldn't afford him. They'd have to sell their grounds to afford him. They couldn't afford him. Arsenal are one of the biggest clubs in the world, and financially, they're in a strong position. With reports circulating about their £300 million transfer budget, it's clear the Gunners have funds available, but they'll need to be smart about how they spend it. Newcastle United are reportedly asking for £150 million for Isak this summer, a hefty price tag. Arsenal should be able to afford it if the budget reports are accurate, but there's a potential issue. A move will largely depend on how Newcastle structures the payment. If the Magpies demand a large sum up front, it could complicate matters because of PSR, profitability and sustainability rules, and FFP, financial fair play regulations. Now, the challenge for Andrea Berta is to negotiate a deal that works for both sides. Let's hope he can pull it off this summer. Virgil van Dijk admitted Arsenal star was better than him. Arne Slot has one hand on the Premier League title in his first season in England, with Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk preparing to lift the trophy in May. For all of the quality in Arsenal's squad, the Gunners are unlikely to catch Liverpool with 9 games to go, with their season derailed by injury. Earlier in the campaign, Van Dijk dismissed Arsenal's injury woes, making him something of a villain in North London. While fans at the Emirates aren't the biggest lovers of Van Dijk, the Liverpool captain feels differently about the Gunners, once expressing his admiration for one Arsenal star. In 2022, Van Dijk spoke highly of Jurrien Timber, even admitting that his national teammate was better than he was at the age of 21. I wasn't nearly as far along as he is now at the same age. I have nothing but praise for him. He is a great player and a true professional, the Premier League star told the media. He has so much potential. Hopefully he can develop further. Then it will be alright, I think, Van Dijk concluded. The comments came before Timber's transfer to Arsenal, where some would argue that he's since become even better. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.